with Tank and we about to make a hit.
Calling all kings to the flow. I'm about my business, you know. Keep it 100. It's my faith in God that keeps me on the go. About my money, my love, what it needs to grow. I'm calling all kings to the flow. Calling all kings to the flow. Calling all kings to the flow. I'm about my business, you know. Keep it 100. It's my faith in God that keeps me on the go. About my money, my love, what it needs to grow. I'm calling all kings to the flow. Calling all kings to the flow.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your Crown Kings podcast coming at you live. First episode for the year 2024. So let us begin by saying Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2024.
2024.
Man, we ain't seen y'all since last year. Can you believe that?
Should it seems like it's been forever, you know.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, I don't know where a lot of y'all watching this from, but it's a little chilly. So we got we got our coffee and our teas and
this
everything.
ain't Texas weather.
Keep us in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Over here.
So all y'all in the Northwest and up north,
Yeah,
you know, may God bless you and may God keep you.
You understand?
We understand, y'all.
Yeah. Do we have anything on the agenda before we get started with today's topic? We got some stuff pending coming up. Invites. Yo,
Boy, burned out on it.
boy, lips on fire.
Hey, that tea a little hot.
I didn't know how you viewed that cold.
Jesus. Hey, sorry guys.
Hey, boy, ain't gonna have no lip to finish the show.
A little sickness, you know, they got me out here sounding like I'm a drunken mule, but yeah, I'm here today with them. But
Right, man.
Hey,
That's what you call dedication, man.
that just made me, like in life, that power's good.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
No, yeah, it was worth. That little sip was worth it, though. Oh man.
Man, so I believe we pressing guys towards episode 5. In episode 4, we had a follow-up of communication.
Yeah.
And our last few conversations have been kind of open door based on men and women's views. But with this being the beginning of the new year, a lot of people have New Year's resolutions and a lot of people have New Year's goals. So I feel like today we should talk to the men and just kind of see what y'all feel about some of the keys we need to take a stance in the way the community is flowing, the way our lives are going, things that can help us be better for the year 2024.
Yeah.
And hopefully shine light on other men to do the same. So when we were talking about communication, it was brought up that where there is no communication, there can be no change. There can be no transformation. So as we take inventory and we look at the things that we could do better from 2023 and really not drag or harp on the things that we did that we weren't so good at, I figure we should set a foundation about where we need to be going.
Yeah.
And things that we can do, because again, our goal is to get better, right?
Yeah, that is a goal.
That is the goal.
Well, all right. So with that being said, this is a promise to self and a promise to each of you who are watching and maybe having some of the same fights that we have experienced. And instead of putting this as a New Year resolution, we want to put this as New Year mastery goals.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy, New Year mastery goals. And
I like that.
let me just say this before I forget. We walking under the umbrella this year of, what is it? The canvas. What is it?
Couples canvas.
What is it?
Couples canvas.
Couples canvas. So, if you're following the Crown Lions team, know that that's what we're walking under this year. But today, we're going to talk to the Kings. Not the Kings, but the Kings. All right? So, one of the things that comes up out of, I think I just picked 7 for today for the sake of time. One of the things that comes up a lot is being integral, having integrity in as a man, doing the things that we are supposed to do, things that are required of us to be successful in our home, in our marriage, in our brotherhood, in our relationship. So, fellas, I'm gonna open the door, and we can have a quick rundown about what integrity means to you. If there are some things that we can do better as individuals or as a team to make sure that we are integral and that we keep our word and do what we are supposed to do as men. Church, let's go.
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
That boy said, I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, I mean, integrity to me is, can be summed up in just a few words. Just being a man of your word.
Talk about
Being
it.
a person of your word, for that matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like if I tell him to do something, then only death can keep me from it. That's to me. That's what integrity means.
Yeah.
Boy
And
said
it's
it color
something that
purple.
it shows in the character of a person or a man. Considering we're talking about men, if God forbid, when you leave this earth, I feel like that's one of the main things you want everybody to be able to say. He did what he said he was going to do.
Kept his
You know what I
word.
mean? He never flake. He didn't never, tell him he gonna do something, didn't do it, or at least have a valid reasoning as to why he didn't do it, but still was able to make it up. So
Church. Yeah.
for me, that's not even a long drawn out,
Right.
definition for me.
Talk to me. Hold on, my bad. Talk to me.
Oh man.
Let's go,
You
baby.
gonna do me like that? No, it's funny that you say that because last night I was eating dinner with my wife after getting off work, and she watched a video, and it was about a lady. I guess her husband had passed, and then one of the questions was like, "What is one of the things?" I can't even remember the video, but it was like, what is one of the things you hope to leave back in the world? And it's funny that you say that because I said the same thing you said pretty much, and I was like, I want to leave no room for anybody to say anything ill will about me. And it's funny that you say that because I'm always the one person, if I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If I said I'm going to be there, I'm always going to keep my word no matter what. I draw it in the line. If I'm there for you, I'm there for you. If I'm not, I'm going to let you know I can't make it. So, that's pretty much straightforward with me as well. That's what integrity means to me is if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to hold myself accountable and I'm going to be there. If I can't be there, then I'm just going to be like, I can't do it.
Yeah. I think that should be straightforward, but for whatever reason, and y'all can talk about it in the comments as well, I'm concerned with the new generation and wondering why. I mean, I've met people that can't even keep commitments to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, and y'all can help me, y'all can feedback and let me know what you think, your thoughts. What is things that keeps men, especially in this generation, from having a mindset of integrity? Is that a learned behavior? Is this something that they think is cool, or is it just that I don't want to, I don't care? I mean, y'all let me know. Let's talk to the people.
I think the internet plays a lot into that. Everybody want to be cool for the gram.
Yeah.
I think this new generation coming up of guys, young men, they look at stuff different. There's not many old heads is what they call them now to teach them how to be, a man of their word. And then most of them don't even want to, they don't even want to hear what the old head has to say about being a man of their word. They thinking, just because, I hate using that word, just because I fought for you, you know, I'm cool with you. Nah, man. When we say family, you know, family is a lot deeper than just fighting for you out in the streets.
Of course.
You know, I feel, you know, if I say you my family, you my blood, then that means I cut for you. Like, I mean, if you sick, that means I can pick up some of the stuff like, you know, going to cut your grass for your wife while you're in the hospital. You know, I see that as family, not being out on the block for each other, you know, being cool, taking pictures in the club with each other. And I feel like that's where it's getting, that's why I say the internet is messing a lot of this up. Everybody want to be cool for the gram.
Yeah, and I think even more so, you know, I feel like that's some things, as far as integrity for sure, something that's taught or emulated.
Yeah.
You saw it, and then you wanted to do it.
True.
Whereas you have a lot of kids, unfortunately, that don't have fathers in the home or have fathers that don't have integrity already. So they're emulating what they're seeing. The non-integrity, thinking that it's more popular to be liked on a, social media algorithm than it is to be liked in general. Yeah.
So you think they doing it for clicks?
Yeah.
I like what you said about that though, because there ain't a whole lot of, we say this in general, there's not a whole lot of people like Big Daddy and Big Mama, because I remember it was a time, man. Even if your elder wasn't the most respected person as far as habits, I should say.
Yeah.
When it came down to keeping your word, and when it came down to teaching, they didn't necessarily want you to go down the same path.
Exactly, which I think is a big thing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm 60 years old. This is the result.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You do that.
Do something else with your life.
That's what a lot of them are missing now, you know. I even heard Busta Rhymes say this. He talked about, he don't even say it anymore. Back when he was growing up, they used to, if somebody mom was walking, not even, his mama, the person that he was chilling with, if somebody mother was walking up the block and they were smoking weed, you would have to put it out. Yeah. You don't see that. You don't see that a lot no more. So it's like, hey, I'm just gonna smoke it right in your face.
Smoking, cussing, everything.
You know what I mean?
Just the lack of disrespect.
What you say, pants on the ground?
Pants on the ground.
And it was actually a situation similar to that. And I don't know. I can't speak to whether this. I don't know if I'm pretty sure he was a boy. This boy had a father figure or not. Hopefully he did, but I don't know. My wife was at their school's basketball game, and there were some kids behind her. I mean, you would think these kids were like in their 30s the way they were cussing, according to her. And she happened to turn around and was like, does your mother allow you to talk like that? Yeah. If your mother was here, would you talk like that? And he kind of froze up. He's like, no. He's like, so help me understand. You have little kids. Yeah. That are potentially looking up to you, seeing you do this and thinking that it's cool and that they can do it or should do it. You have other elderly people, other parents that are around that are listening to this. You've been essentially disrespectful. Yeah. How come you're doing it? Yeah. And apparently he kind of froze up and he, literally changed his whole demeanor, for the rest of the game. He was kind of, but it's just those little things to where, I get when you're around certain people maybe. And I think that also goes back to what we were talking about in previous episodes when being a leader and a follower.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, like that particular part too plays a part in it as well. If you're not around like-minded people that have that integrity,
very true,
then it's going to be hard for you to not emulate, but associate and do the same thing because you know what I mean. So, but he was the main one though. All the other ones weren't doing as much cussing as he was, but it's just the whole point of even with them, they were thinking because that's their friend circle that they can do that too. Yeah,
It only takes one.
Yeah,
you want to be the ringleader.
Yeah,
and then they'll get shut down at the end.
Yeah, usually so that's what happens. You shut the ringleader down.
That's tough. Well, I think, man, for I mean, I think it's really important. I mean, I know for me, it's good that we have this dialogue, and it's good that we have this space because a lot of things you'll hear repeated because I think repetition makes you better. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, out of sight, out of mind. So if you don't think about these things, then hardly will you really apply it in the manner in which it should be, so to speak. So, if we're really going to bring others back and bring back the value of manhood and what it should be, especially for those of us who have daughters and want to create new kings and young men that can carry the mantle once we get to that next level or whatnot. Yeah. We have to be the example. We have to be the light. We have to govern ourselves accordingly. And the other thing is, us as men have to hold each other accountable when we get out of line, because
Very true.
sometimes it will happen, whether it's on purpose or not. And we have to be intentional about not only having integrity for others around us, but having integrity towards ourselves and doing what we say that we would do in private and public.
Yeah.
All right.
Practice makes perfect.
You know what I'm saying? So which brings me to the next topic, gentlemen, is self-control. I think this here is it's one of them things that really has been a challenge for many, especially in the climate that we live in now, because men get a lot of different things thrown at them. Not saying that women don't, but in the scope and the way that things are now, men are needed. Not that they never were needed, but we are really needed in order to change the atmosphere, in order to change the climate, and really set the tone for what is to come. Yeah. But with that being said, there are things that come to us in life on a daily basis that cause us sometimes a rumble in the jungle. Sometimes it causes confusion. Sometimes it causes a rift between relationships. Sometimes it can be in business. Sometimes it can be at home. But I want to ask, what do y'all feel the importance of self-control? Is there anything? You don't have to give specific examples of anything that's happened or whatnot, but are there things that you use in your daily life to help maintain a good level of self-control in your daily life? I know that was a lot, but you know how I do it.
Right. This is a good one. This is a real good one. This one needs to be talked about.
Yeah. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say more so just check yourself, man. That is the main thing. Think before you answer. Think before you respond, because I feel like it's in those moments when you can make or break a situation, and that's with friends, family, loved ones, spouses. Just think. Just check yourself. You know what I mean? There's an old saying, you treat people like you want to be treated. Right. Don't say anything to someone that you don't think yourself you could take if they said it back to you. And I think that's just a ever learning thing. I think the older I get, the more I'm kind of like, just check yourself. Yeah. Think before you answer, or think before you respond for sure. Because it's sometimes it's the very way you respond could change the whole atmosphere of the actual situation. You can make it better or worse with just how you respond.
How you respond.
But yeah, just check yourself, man. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, man.
They need to bring that back. They need to bring that back.
Put that a part of y'all school curriculum. Right now, before Mark responds, if you are watching right now, in the comments, I want you guys to participate as well. So we talked about integrity, and right now we're speaking on the importance of self-control. So if there is something that you have experienced where you have had the opportunity to implement your own practices on a daily basis, and you feel like that it would be able to help other men around you, please put it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know how you're feeling. Holla at us, Mark. What's up?
I get a lot of I look at a lot of videos on, different men talking about different things, and I was watching one video, and the guy told him his mother had told him, why give somebody else control over you? Because he was a hothead, and that's what made me think it is like, if you lose self-control, that means the other person got a control of your emotion. So I used to be a hothead back in the day, but then I started watching videos about guys who've been to jail because they lost control of themselves and did something irrational in the moment. And you start thinking about that. If I lose control of myself, that means I give the judge to do what they want to do. They get to control my life now. The police get to control my life. A lot of people can control my life. It's out of my hands now. So when I look at self-control, man, a lot of these words are words. If a dude come up and tell you, oh man, you such and such, let him make it. I don't care if you know you can beat them up. If you don't think you can beat them up, let them make it. Because at the end of the day, you lose self-control, things can happen. Self-control goes a lot of ways. Self-control goes, you made a commitment to your wife. Why do you need to be out here flirting with girls? So, self-control, it's the ability for you to control your inner emotions, your inner feelings, your inner thoughts, everything. So please work on that self-control.
Well, I don't even know how to come after that. That was good.
That was a good example for sure.
That's a real good example, man. Because I think oftentimes, you think about, I watch a lot of, like First 48 and stuff like that. And you'll see individuals, like to Mark's point, that have a clean bill of health, not a record to their name, but over time they made a choice, or someone encouraged them to do something that they wouldn't normally do, due to, whatever the circumstance may be. They want to fit in. Sometimes it's just I'm gonna prove to you that I'm not a punk. Other times is, should you get on my nerve, but if I call the cops, that make me weak. You know what I mean?
I tell a lot of these dudes now, man, I ain't got time to do. Like when you go out with your lady and everybody got this whole macho thing now, bruh. I'm gonna call the cops. I ain't got time to deal with you. I got a life to get back to. You know what I mean?
You got a life to get back to and not a life to give.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to jail over you. I got things to accomplish in my life.
Well, I say you want to eat some.
That's the main thing. You gotta check yourself.
You gotta check yourself.
Even though it's especially to that particular example, you put me in a situation to where now I'm. The macho prideful side is like I have to defend my honor in front of my lady so that she doesn't think I'm weak. But it's a self-controlling. I'd rather go home with my lady,
facts,
and live, than
facts.
be in a jail cell because I'm did something bad to you that I can't take back. You know what I mean?
And now your kids got to grow up looking at you through the glass.
Exactly. You know what I mean? All because, that one little, and it could take literally a millisecond.
To change your life.
That's scary when you think about it.
It's very scary.
One small, minute in time can change 20 years of your life. Like, that's crazy, man.
Once you start looking at that, too, the scope of things at that millisecond, that one punch that you threw, millisecond punch, he fell, broke his neck, cracked his skull, he died. Now you in jail for manslaughter.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do it though.
You know what I mean? I didn't mean to do it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to prove to him.
Yeah.
But that's why I said, don't
why
let
I
other
go.
people. Once you lose control of yourself, you give the people opportunity to control you.
And,
Now
and
your name 5, 6, 7, 4, 5.
you know what I mean? Nobody even know your real name. That's
You know
what I
what
was
I
going to say too. But it's interesting, man, because I've had the opportunity to speak with people that has went in, and the challenges that they face while in, because then it's like a domino effect. Once you're in, now you got to prove that you even harder.
There you
once
go.
you go on the
It's a
inside.
domino effect.
Which the judge gave me 20 now, but because I'm in here and I just beat you up again, now
I
we're
got
going.
another 10.
You can't go back into society because you're nothing but a troublemaker. Now, my mama was coming home with Christmas, but I got into
I couldn't control
it. You know what I'm
myself.
saying?
Look, drive me on the yard. Like,
Yeah,
get this.
and that's that's a deep part about it. But I think in life circumstances in general, we have to find ways to really manage our emotions. I talk about it all the time. It's not no shame in my game that I speak to a therapist on purpose. Because no matter how good or how perfect you think that you are, man, we all need somebody, and to help keep us on the right path. We always see people talk about, well, this kid he went off the rails and he got a good foundation, but okay, that's cool. But why are we gonna wait until they get in trouble?
Yeah.
There could be
To
water up
help.
under that foundation.
Yeah.
You never know what's
You
up
don't
under that foundation.
Yeah, but
You
if that's
never know
the
what
case
a
too,
foundation
are we gonna
was
help
built
push
on.
him in
Yeah.
further in, or we gonna do what we can to get him out? But I think having, like we talked earlier, was about having accountability partners. People are around you that really mean you well, because I've heard it said, especially in Success Magazine, that you're average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if 3 of y'all out here wilding and only 2 of y'all going to class, then guess what? Yeah. I'm the average
Yeah.
of the majority. You know what I mean? Not on purpose. But even with that, we got choices to make. So again, whether you guys are fathers, whether you are father figures, whether you're having issues in your own life, take this time now. It's the beginning of the year.
Still in January.
It's not
Still
too
in
late.
January.
You know what I mean? It don't matter whether you 60, 25, 15, 5, whatever the case may be. These principles will still help to make you a better individual, make you a better man, and also
You're a better human.
allow you the opportunity to help somebody else. You know what I mean? A lot of us walk around, in our everyday life just doing what we do, but you really never know who is watching you, who is looking up to you, who is really studying how you're going to deal with life when trials come, when tribulation come, when things don't go your way. You keying on Monday, on Tuesday you snapping because, oh, that's not how you did it yesterday. Well, okay, cool, but you don't own the company.
Exactly.
So guess what? You still got to obey the laws of the land. You don't like it, create your own atmosphere. But even then, you're going to deal with some crap. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, anyway, so now we spoke on integrity. We spoke on the importance of self-control. So another important piece of that is having self-awareness. I want to speak on this, but I want to yield because I want to see what y'all response is gonna be.
We want you to go first.
Self-awareness.
You
I
go
feel like
ahead.
you got something
Yeah,
good.
you got something good.
I just feel like it goes in alignment with what we were saying, the importance of self-control. But in this particular case, you definitely have to take inventory and know who you are.
Yeah.
To Mark's point earlier, you can't allow somebody else to define or dictate who you are. I was born Trevelyan Warfield. You was born Samuel Pierce. You was born Mark the Taylor. Maybe we added the D.
Yeah.
But
I'm coming soon.
you know what I'm saying? Your name carries weight. You've heard it in movies. I heard my big mama say it. I heard my granddaddy say, there is nothing that is more important than your name, your reputation. You get one shot at this thing. Yep. And like we were speaking of earlier, you can be 42 years old. You can be 32 years old. You have taken 32 years of your life to develop who you are, to develop the character of a person that you want to be, what you're striving to be better each and every day. Yeah. So the choices that we make, it affects those around us, especially those who have a spotlight in the community, or if you are the leader of your home, if you are running a business, if you are educating other men. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't teach you to be something that I'm not.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I can't request you to do something that I'm not willing to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And if you catch me slipping after I done laid a blueprint for you, then I am responsible for you backsliding now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful not only to have that circle around us, but also on a daily basis. This is work that I know is continuous until the day we leave here. Is from the time our feet hit the floor, from when God opened our eyes to the time our feet hit the floor till we hit the street, we have to decide how we are going to respond to what the world is giving out. Yeah. Because it's not going to be peaches and cream. Ain't nobody handing out trophies just because your name is such and such. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm not giving you an opportunity to tell me who I am, because I just look myself in the face in the mirror, and I have decided how this is going to play out. I have written my own narrative, in which it's okay if you want to follow, but this here, I'm sorry if it sounds selfish, but this about me. Yeah. You know, and if it's one person I don't play about, I don't play about me. You know what I'm saying? It's all about me. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of, I think, your strengths. You also got to be mindful of the things that you're not so strong at. Yeah. You know what I mean? So each of us, I feel like, I know we have triggers. We have things that can set us off. We have things that can set us up. We have things that could pull us outside of our comfort zone. And every time you get pulled out your comfort zone, ain't necessarily going to be for the best. No. So, again, take inventory of yourself. What do you want for your life? What's the blueprint that you want to lay? What steps are you going to take to make sure you get back home safely, alive? You know what I mean? Self-awareness is really more of a protective measure, I think, than we take. I think a lot of times we take it for granted. Maybe that's the word. We take it for granted. We'll always tomorrow. Yeah. You know.
No, it's not.
I'll deal with it tomorrow. So anyway, I'll yield to the floor. Talk.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was real good.
I don't have much, ditto.
Yeah.
That's
all I can say. I was gonna say the same thing. I mean,
it wasn't gonna be like that, but it was gonna be in the same field, But yeah.
But I really feel strongly about it, man, because I think again we get complacent and we focus so much on the busyness of life, what we have to do for most of the time for everybody else, that you forget about yourself, because we talk, don't be selfish. You know what I'm saying?
That's a mouthful within itself.
I'm telling you. I mean, there's a reason why they tell you to on the plane. I know Mark sitting in the aisle where his legs can stretch out. He tall, So they give you that brochure. They say, "Shoot, are you sure you want to sit here?" Well, why? Well, shoot, because if something pop off, you hit. You know what I mean? But in order for you to help somebody else, you got to put this mask on you
first. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I can't do nothing for you if I don't take care of me.
That's a perfect example.
Perfect example.
If I don't take care of me.
In the bylaws.
Hey, he potting today, He in his bag today.
He got some in his cup or something.
I was cold outside. It's hot in here. You know what I'm saying? It's hot in here. But that brings me, fellas, to our next appointment is self-esteem. Ooh. Ooh. Self-esteem.
Well,
how important is it to us as men? What's up?
Go ahead. You have to talk.
Y'all, please let us know how you feel in the comments. Come on, baby.
So as the comedian Cat says,
it's
called self esteem. It is the esteem of yourself.
Boy, I thought you finna put that other part in there.
I was gonna. I have to remember my mama watching.
Cat, don't come for us like you did. Okay,
Hey,
yeah.
brother, we don't know you like that. We don't,
I think you're great.
Yeah, but I feel like that's self-esteem is like just what he said. It's about yourself. How do you feel about you? You know what I mean? And how you feel about you determines how you treat other people to feel about you.
Yep.
And that's just what it is. That's point blank. Period. If you don't feel good about yourself, that's what you're going to exude. Therefore, that's what people are going to think. So as you stated, when your feet hit the floor and you're able to see yourself in the mirror, even if you have to say it out loud, I'm good, I'm great, I'm a king, and that's how I want to be treated. That's what I'm going to exude. That's what I want to flow back to me from other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep yourself high so you don't have to have nobody else dictate, as Mark said, how to, treat you or make you feel. You know what I mean?
I like that, boy.
So,
I mean, it says it all for itself. It was just like my wife said the other night. People are always gonna think what they want to think about you.
yeah.
That's true.
You determine how you gonna react to that. Are you gonna let them naysayers be like, "Oh no, he ain't no king"?
Yeah.
No. My self-esteem
Yeah.
told me I'm that king.
Yeah.
Don't
And
get it messed up.
Yeah.
if you walk around in this world always thinking about what people think about you,
I ain't living.
you gonna go downhill pretty fast.
I ain't living.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, the people that's talking about you ain't got nothing going for themselves.
Worse
They
off
just
than
want to
everyone.
bring you down to where they at.
Yeah.
So if you wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, I am that man. I am that guy.
Yeah.
I am that king.
Yeah.
I'm good. I deserve it."
Yeah.
Then hey, you walk in your path and walk in your truth.
That's it.
That's all it is to it.
Well, that hot water kicking over there.
My voice is a little bit better.
Well, I spoke with passion, spoke from the heart.
Okay.
So that the word is self-esteem, ladies and gentlemen. Men especially. I know there may be some women watching, but men especially. What is that? What is self-esteem for you? How do you deal with the fight from day to day? What do you say about you? I think, man, it's important. I know I talk about my granddad a lot because I think about a lot of stuff he said that when I was a kid, it didn't make sense.
Nah, it makes sense.
But now,
Hey.
it's coming to fruition. You know what I mean? He said you are responsible of teaching people how to treat you.
Yeah, literally.
So again, if you don't love yourself, you can't expect others
To love you.
to love you.
At all.
If you don't have respect for yourself, you can't expect, a flow or an abundance of respect to come back towards you.
If you don't set your boundaries,
You know what I'm saying?
people will step across.
Yeah.
Boundless.
Well, they'll create a narrative for you. You know what I mean? You gonna be just like your daddy. You just
No,
like your
no,
daddy.
no.
No, my daddy is my daddy. That's who he decided to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No. I ain't got to be like him. Can't change who he is, but I can work on me. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a decision to be different.
I'm trying to
On
tell you,
purpose.
I
man.
write my own story.
My confidence comes from within.
Yeah.
It comes from my creator. The way that I feel about me ain't got nothing to do with you. And that, to Mark's point, you can't drive my Cadillac. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna put you in the driver's seat and trust. We just riding around the neighborhood with no seatbelt on. I'm trusting you with my.
I'm trusting you with my.
Doors open.
Man. You know what I mean? Another thing is, man, I think, and I've experienced this myself, is that a lot of times us as men we put this cape on like nothing bothers us or nothing has ever affected us in life. But the other part that causes confusion is that the mistakes that we made prior to. That's why I was very intentional about telling y'all what happened in 2023 versus what coming into 2024. But the mistakes that we made in the past don't define, you know what I'm saying, our future.
Yeah.
You know, a mistake was just that. You made a mistake. Did you learn from the mistake? You know what I mean? Did you call the audible in your life to make that change where it was necessary? Because not everything that came in our life was bad.
Yeah.
Number one, not everything that bad came in our life was bad. It was a bad situation, but it turned out to be good because we may have needed that to get to the next level so that we don't get tricked up, you know, by the enemy, by the boss, whoever y'all believe in what that means to you. But for me, I say enemy because there's a lot of people that's not rooting for you to win. Let's just keep it 100.
Waiting.
You know
I'm glad you said they were waiting to be like, see, I told you he didn't have it in him. I told you.
That's the thing, man. You got to be your biggest cheerleader. You know, we often hear other people say, I'm your biggest fan, but yeah, and that's cool, and I appreciate you. But I need to be fired up on the inside so that whatever you say to me, especially if you really do believe and you really on my team, that's just an added bonus. Yeah, okay, exactly. You took me from 100 to 150.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
And I was at 100.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I was in the game. But all right, so here we go. After God has opened up these doors and we have received the blessing and the fruit thereof, how we as men, because I see it all the time, especially on social media, people who are like, I'm self-made and I did X, Y, and Z. Look at me now, you know, that's the song, look at me now, you know, from zero to hero. The biggest thing is, yes, we want you to win. Yes, we want you to be successful. But we also, again, to my point earlier, we have other people that's watching us. We have other people that are affected by our decisions. And so with that being said, there is a word that is humility. So once God has opened up those doors, some people it may be just a $10,000 increase. Some people it may be $100,000 increase.
Increase.
You know what I'm saying? But whatever that means to you, how should we, as men, handle those things? Because what I see now is a trend that once I get it, I have to boast it or throw it out to social media to let you know that I'm that. You know what I'm saying? I'm him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got here by myself, which we also know.
It's a dangerous game.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a dangerous game.
Again, we talking about humility. What does that mean to us as men? How can we add this to our list? How can we add this to our repertoire of things to do, to check on a daily basis so that we can make sure that not only we are holding ourselves accountable, but those that are coming behind us can know that every time they receive a blessing, sometimes, number one, the blessing is not just for you. Number two, you did not get the blessing by yourself. And number three, why is it important for us to rub it in other people's face when we have been blessed? Ooh, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Go ahead and state one for me again.
Okay. So the first thing is, let's just talk about what it means for us to show humility to those around us. Why is it important? Because I'm going to tell you, for me, I'll give you an example. For me, I feel like if God has blessed me, it is important for me to not hold that blessing just to myself. Not to a point to where I'm necessarily bragging about my accomplishments, but yet I'm being humble enough to say, look what God did for me. Mm-hmm. Number two, I'm being humble enough to say that if somebody really needs my help, because I have this and someone has given me access, I shouldn't shut the door off and say, this is all for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to say, okay, cool. You came to me in spirit and in truth for the right reason, the right time, and you're really trying to do something. You didn't ask for a handout, you asked for information. Yeah. I should be able to lay this foundation for you to allow you the same blessings or the same opportunity that was given to me.
No gatekeeping in 2024. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. Like, no gatekeeping. We all in this world just trying to make it. Yeah. It's point blank, period. Yeah. We all just trying to make it. Why you think that just because it happened to you, it can't happen for somebody else? Especially if you got the information, because you didn't get the information just out of the blue. Nah, somebody gave you the information too.
Yeah.
So what do you think is cool? There we go again. It's cool for the gram.
Yeah.
Just to be like, I'm self-made? Nah, man, come on. We know you're not self-made.
Yeah.
There's somebody in the background that done helped you out. Most of these dudes on the ground, they girl is in the background helping them out. You didn't do this. You don't know analytics. You don't know numbers.
Right.
And I hate to be that guy to be like, oh, man, yeah, you might be self-made, but from 80%, nah, you had somebody, you had a team to help you. Mm-hmm. Give credit where credit is due, man, because you never know what that shout out to the background person, it might boost their self-esteem to be like, hey, man, I really got this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Let me apply this to my life. I applied it. I helped and applied it to this person's life, and they benefited off of it. They got blessed off of it. Whatever you want to say, but hey, man, if you in that limelight, just shout out the smaller people that didn't help you out. Don't be like, oh, I'm self-made, because then 9 times out of 10, that small person becomes your biggest hater. Especially when you said I'm self-made and you know somebody, then
and they know they was helping you.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one paying you the ball when you shoot in the gym.
Right.
You know, I think probably the biggest thing is just taking pride out of it.
Yeah.
I feel like pride isn't that a sin? Pride is a sin. Yeah. So it's like, I feel that's the biggest thing. If you can take the pride part out of it, knowing that no one got where they are by themselves.
Nope.
You know, even the richest person in the world, 9 to my 10, got it from an inheritance that boosted them to a certain level so that they could be catapulted.
Yep.
Nobody just came out of the womb and had it.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus.
I mean, that's the only person.
Shout out to Jesus. But he's the only one. There was no other person that's been made like that since then.
No.
So it's hard or weird to take all the credit when, like you said, somebody, even if it was just somebody, your favorite grandmama praying for you, something as small as that.
Yep.
Lord, watch over my grandson. Lord, bless my grandson. Lord, allow him to be the best that he can be. Lord, take his gifts and take him further.
You going deeper now.
Something as small as that.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Big Mama.
You can't.
Why would you?
You can't.
Yeah.
Because even though you didn't know, you wasn't there as she was praying.
Boy, that's
you
good,
knew
man.
she was praying.
Yep.
Man.
That alone, you know, like that's Let me.
Nah, boy,
You wonder why that bullet didn't skip by your head and you didn't get hit.
Yeah.
Big Mama was in that what do they call it?
In
The
her
war room.
platform.
Yeah.
That war room going to work for you. So
Talking to Dr.
So it's like there's just. Yeah. You never want to forget the little people because it's like you said, it's those very little people.
It's those very little people.
You know, that even more so could possibly be, you know, the cause of your downfall.
Yeah.
You know, because essentially those little people know some secrets.
Yeah.
Know some things that wasn't quite above board. Now you done crapped on them, like, you know what? He took this from this person to get where he is.
Yeah.
Now it's out there.
Yeah.
Now that whole self-made, got it out the mud thing ain't so much out
They out the
the mud.
mud now.
And realize you wasn't even near no mud.
Exactly. You don't even like mud. You know? So
That boy took a train with no mud.
exactly. So it's good to, you know, pay homage to what homage is due.
Yeah.
Nobody got it on their
always is.
own. Nobody is where they are by themselves. You know, and like I said, even just a simple prayer, you know, has gotten you to where you are.
I like it. I think too, to add to that, we talk about those people, but I think just having a spirit of gratitude in general.
Yeah.
To be thankful, because there's so many people that have visions, and so many people that have goals and ambition, and all they need is that one person to believe in them. All they need is that one, you know, somebody give them $10, just say, you know. And I've seen that, and I think about it. Again, these are things I watched when I was a kid, and now, or you see on a cartoon or something. If you got kids, you'll see this. And then you be like, man, you know, that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? She was selling some cookies on the sidewalk. She wanted to be an entrepreneur. She didn't sell anything for a week, but then somebody came by and bought the whole table. Like all those things now mean something because I'm like, wait a minute. So it only took One person. I think
One
what Tyler
person.
Perry said, he said, man, they don't take one yes. You know, out of a series of no's, you got that one yes, and it changed the game for you.
Even the
And-
hip hop preacher said that, you
You know
know,
what I'm
you thinking about all these no's, you only need one yes
that
to get
need
up
one-
there.
That one yes, man.
That one door needs to be open.
But you know, even in that, just realize. I think the importance is realizing that not only did you get this far, you know, whether it was, by faith or whether it was like Sam said, inheritance or whatever the case may be. Even when you are blessed to walk into those seasons, it's important to be able to have enough humility to step back and tell some young person, maybe even some older person, somebody older than you, that just didn't have access to, again, the information, the resources, the know-how. Everybody that's around you is not looking for a handout.
Yeah.
You know, I remember speaking to a doctor I used to work with, and I was like, man, I just want to know how you did it. You know, maybe I got the courage to do it, maybe I don't. But give it to me and let it be my fault.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Let
know
me
what I'm
decide,
saying?
you know,
You know what I'm saying?
the outcome. Let me decide.
Yeah. 1 through 10. Shoot, I stopped at 5. It's my fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I don't make it in, that's what the old people say. It ain't nobody's fault but mine.
Nobody.
You know. So keep that in mind. Again, we should have people in our circle that we should be able to go to and have real conversation, real dialogue. But the other side to that is that if you are trusting and believing in them for the good information, you have to know that if somebody really in your corner and they really care, they also should have the power to come to you and say, "No, cuz that ain't it."
Yeah.
You should be able,
You know what I'm saying?
you should be able to take that constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And people, most of the time, people get, angry at people coming and feel like they coming from. No, they just see it from a different spectrum. So, they are people are on the outside looking in for a reason to see, if you in the limelight, but yet you doing this behind. No, that person needs to come and be like, hey, this over here is gonna hurt this over here.
Eventually, yeah.
What they say, what's done in the dark will come to light.
Hey,
So it's always good to have somebody in your corner. I mean, we even talked about that in one of the episodes. It's good to have people in your corner to be like, nah, bro, that ain't it.
Yeah.
And even too is another thing to I think, which is so weird. It's something that you said in a previous episode that has literally stuck with me. Taking the feeling out of it.
Take the feeling out of
I
it.
thought that's probably one of the hardest things to do. But it's like take the feeling out of it because what you're thinking is destructive criticism.
Yeah.
Could be the exact opposite if you just put on different ears to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's you have to take the feeling out of it. You have to know if they're coming to you with any kind of constructive, destructive, whatever the case, it's to help. It's not to bring you down or talk about you, make you feel like you ain't doing it right. It's just this is to help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think too, man. Woo-wee, boy, this is good. I think also I don't want nobody around me that just yesing all the time. Because if my slip is showing and you say yes, and I go out here when the light do come on and I look like a fool, why didn't you tell me? Man, I was going to tell you, but you know what I'm saying? You was really getting it in, dog. Man, you was about to make it, dog.
You got them extra likes, so that's, I thought it was all good. I thought it was a win-win.
Bro, tell me. You know what I'm saying? And you see that as kids too, and it's kind of funny now. But you think about people walking around, man. Your boy got something on his lip. Well, you standing right in front of him. Why ain't you tell him?
Laughing on the inside. Hey, dog. Hey.
Cause you got that lip has been on there since first period. God, dog. What you saving that for later? Hey, be mindful of that, man. And not only should you be able to receive it, you need to be honest with those that are around you, man.
Yeah.
I think the world missing a lot of that. Because we'll go in a closet somewhere with 10 people and be like, man, let me tell you this, boy, he was out there wilding, you know what I'm saying? I was going, why didn't you tell him? I was going to tell him, man, but you know how he is. Man, he crazy. Now you look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You're in a friend.
That's the difference. So why do I have you here?
Yeah.
Because now you and me look crazy because you hang with me.
Yeah.
So you allowed it.
You're definitely a liability.
You know what I'm saying?
Not an asset.
So what I need you for? You know, my bad. Okay, let me go. Y'all, Jesus. All right. So that ties also into being a leader. I think we talked about that earlier. How not to be the follower, but to be the leader, be the example, and not the exception. And then also, again, be willing to teach others. So this is our final one. We want to talk about vision. We're in the new year. We got things that's coming up, things that we want to do that we may have started in 2023, but yet we didn't get accomplished for whatever reason. You know, maybe we ran out of time. Maybe we didn't have the plan set out correctly. Yeah. But vision, how important is vision for manhood or restoring manhood and being our best version of ourselves, not only in 2024, but moving forward? Whew.
Well, I feel like, is there not a Bible verse that says, without vision you perish?
Yeah.
That's a Bible verse? Yeah. Well, I be knowing it, but I don't know where it is.
that boy got it on his heart.
Somebody said it and I heard it.
He got it on his heart. You were listening. You didn't fall asleep in church.
You was supposed to be that's on a different episode.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
We're going to talk about that on a different episode. All right.
I don't know what this man's talking about. You know? But, it's I feel like that's in any situation, but definitely, as you said, coming into 2024 from 2023, things that you wanted to do that you, for whatever reason, either you dropped the ball and just didn't do or didn't complete. Mm-hmm. It's always good to have, well, how do I want to put this?
Take your time.
I'm trying plans for the future, I put it that way.
Yeah.
It's good to have plans for the future. Mm-hmm. And that's whether that's from 2023 to 2024 or from Saturday to Sunday.
Yeah.
There has to be a plan to keep everything in motion. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And, some things that are larger than others, it may take a few steps, okay? Mm-hmm. So from Sunday to Monday, I'm going to do this in order to get to there. From Monday to Tuesday, I'm going to do this to get there, to get to the ultimate goal. Mm-hmm. But it's always good to plan for the future. Yeah. Because one, it keeps you on your toes because you have a goal now to reach. Mm-hmm. Two, as we've been saying, somebody that's watching can see that grind, can see that vision that you have, and be able to either pour into it or push you forward so that you are able to achieve the goal that you set or the vision. So yeah,
I like it. Yeah.
Talk to us, Marcus. Marcus. My bad.
Oh man. I think in 2024, I think growth is my vision. Just to be able to grow in all aspects of life. You get stuck into doing certain things for certain, you get stuck in that rut. Yeah. Now you got to look past it and get to growth. Don't live back, 2023 is the past. Mm-hmm. Now we here. But yeah, it goes off to what you say. If you never made your bed a day in your life, 2 days is a win. I always take that small win. So I know another thing is being consistent on my part. My consistency over the years it's dwindled down a little bit, but I think what we got going on is starting to pick back up my consistency. I'm willing and able. I'm wanting to get back out in the world. You look at what's going on in the world and you don't want to be a part of it. Yeah. But I feel like what we got going on is going to help the world get past this rut. The Crown Kings podcast, I'm hoping that we grow so big to touch every man out there. Everybody. And then, I'm hoping that, some of the women take heed to what we saying and it touched them to make them grow. Because then again, what do we say? Once we lose communication with each other, then everything dies.
Yeah.
It gives.
There's no
We
way
need
to
to start
transform.
communicating again. So, hopefully, this podcast grows so big to allow men to have that backbone to actually start communicating with other men, and then start communicating with the women, so that we can get back on track.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I like
We is one.
I like
It's all
both of
one.
those, man. I think you know, as far as the faith walk and having that vision, man, it's deep. It's real deep. It's way too deep for us to cover in one section. But I
Yeah.
think as for me, to Mark's point, is I've really been praying about allowing God to order my steps. I think a lot of my issues, even as a minister, has been me trying to push the envelope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's really important. You hear a lot of people say, well, I want to be in alignment. I want to do what God say. But it's easier said than done because, you know, again, you have influence from home. You have influence from your job. You got influence from your friends. You got influence from all these different things that we've opened up these avenues. And not saying that all technology and all these different platforms are bad, but the usage or the way that we utilize them sometimes can be a hindrance to our growth. I think you know, just from a standpoint of manhood, for sure.
Mend 'em.
I mean, mend them. Mend them. We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
And
we
I
do.
think that the challenge is that it starts with us as individuals. Again, we can't help somebody else to do something that we haven't done or we're not willing to do. But what we can do is join hands, join forces, and learn together. You know what I mean? There where there's no big eyes and there's no little U's, or, you know, you from the east side and I'm from the west side, and you know what I'm saying? You know, we don't do it like that over here. Okay, cool. I may not understand how you came up, but I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some of those things may work in my favor, and some of those things may not. So allow me the opportunity to take the good. And I'll leave you with the stuff, and I ain't gonna even say that it's bad. It just don't fit.
It don't fit in my. It don't
You know-
fit in my story.
You
Here
know
we
what I'm
go
saying?
again, writing
So-
our story.
Yeah. But we should be able to have dialogue about it, and be true to that experience. I think the same thing with people who believe, you know, whatever their background is. You know, some people say they believe in this, or it's a religion, or they believe in this, or if I, like you said, you know, I make my bed. Well, why would you make your bed? You about to lay back in it. I mean, that's still your belief system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it don't work for me. They say, as for me and my house,
No.
you know what I mean? This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I have to hate you because you do it a certain way. That don't mean I have to dislike you or disassociate completely because you choose to do, you know, lay the cover back. I want the cover over the pillow. You know what I'm saying? You want to drive a Cadillac, but I want to be with. Well, I mean, whatever the case may be, and those may be some generalities. But what I'm trying to say is that just because you do it that way and it works,
Yeah.
doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? But to Mark's point, we should be able to have that dialogue and even at the end of it, okay, man, I agree with that. I don't agree with that, but man, it was so good to see you. Love you. I hope the best for you. If you need anything from me in my power, man, shoot, you got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the biggest thing too, is being able to agree to disagree. You know what I mean? I thought that's probably one of the biggest things, even in communication. Period.
Yeah.
Is we don't always have to be on the same page in agreement to at least be able to hear each other out and say, you know what, I can see that. You know what I mean? Being able to agree to disagree, you know, that is a real thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Exactly. You know.
I mean, just because you think blue is the best color in the world, don't think you know.
Yeah.
Nah,
Like
man.
purple.
Yeah.
Everybody is entitled to their own opinion.
That's it.
You might think he wrong, he might think he right. Yeah, I mean, just allow people to be human beings. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know, You hear it said too. Is meet them where they are.
Yeah.
You know, and that alone is saying something. But because I found out in my journey is that I've learned just as much from my son at 10 years old that I did. My granddaddy was 88 years old. Yeah. One, because it's two different dimensions. You know what I'm saying? When I was 10, shoot, it wasn't no iPhone. You know what I mean? It wasn't no Instagram. It wasn't no all these different things. When I was 10, I didn't live in the city.
Yeah.
I lived in a country town with a 2A school. For the longest time, all of the schools was one entity. You know what I'm saying? They separated later. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when you come to those crossroads again, you have to understand that, okay, well, shoot, not, oh my God, he's 10. Oh, he just got out of prison. Okay, cool. You just got out. What can you teach me to keep me, one, from going in? Number two, when you were in, you had plenty of time to study X, Y, and Z. What did you learn from that experience that we may be able to teach some of these young cats?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I have a nonprofit. I want to be able to go into other places and just see what I'm saying. And we didn't have none of that either. You know, we had a two-way phaser, but God bless you anyhow. But when you meet individuals again, my first thing is like, oh my God, look at his hair twisted up and his pants sagging, which, you know, okay, I don't sag. But because your pants sagging don't mean that you're a blood or a crip. You know what I mean? So who are you? Who are you?
Follower.
And then here we go. You know what I'm saying? This boy here. We're gonna pray for him after. You know what I mean? But it's just I'm excited, man. I really I mean, this is something that I can talk about all day. But I'm excited about just new beginnings. I'm excited about growth. I'm excited about the change. I'm excited about even those of you who are really going to take the challenge seriously to make this world a better place. It's exciting for me, and I really, really one of the reasons why we keep stopping to say, hey, please put your information in the comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you're doing. If there is anything that we can do better here even. If there are some things that's working in your community, let us know. If there are some young men that need to be impacted, or you see something that they've even done that have changed the game, let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to be.
I want to shout them out.
You know what I mean? We really want to be able to do that. Not only do we want to encourage them to keep doing it, but we want to, salute them for whatever it is that they are doing to make an impact.
Facts, because the media is writing our own story.
Yeah, right. Every day.
Yeah. So let's
media
do it.
get a chance to say what's going down in the world. Nah, it's up to us.
Yeah. So I'm spent. I'm feel good. I hate that we got to go back out in this cold, but
it's only getting colder.
You know what I'm saying? I got to drive a little bit.
Again, you Northerners, we get y'all.
Yeah. But y'all can't do this heat though. Y'all can't do this heat though.
Come get this 110 any day, baby.
Yeah, oh man. But we love you and we appreciate you. My heart and my mind clear, Mark.
My heart and my mind clear.
All right, then we're going to let Sam close us out, and we going to see y'all in the next episode. You heard me?
Yeah. Well, again, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Crown Kings podcast. We do want you guys to know that you can listen or view the podcast wherever you get your podcast. We out here everywhere. So don't just think that you're closed in to just YouTube. You can go anywhere you want to. Type in Crown Kings podcast and you see the fellas.
We out here.
Yeah.
We definitely want you to continue to follow the team.
Yes.
Crown Alliance. We out here. We everywhere. Yes. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
Be sure to follow the team. Like, share. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell.
Yeah.
Make sure you
right
comment.
Down there, somewhere. Down there.
Get them Twitter fingers going.
Yeah. Like we want to keep the conversation going. We don't want it to just fall just on what we're saying, because as we stated, other people got other opinions, other thoughts, other feelings. We want to hear them.
Yes.
We want to be. This is not just our conversation.
Yeah.
It's everybody. So we want everybody to continue to chime in and leave your comments. Actually, on all the social media pages or whatever.
Yes.
And until then, we will see y'all on the next episode. Love, peace, and soul, as Don Canese used to say.
Yeah.
And we out here.
All right. God bless you, man. God keep y'all. See you next time.
Love you, mama.
Hey, Mo B.
About my money, my love, what it needs to grow. I'm calling all kings to the flow. Calling all kings to the flow.
So rise up all my kings, gotta stand tall and strong.
Unleash your power today and let your voices belong.
Together we'll break the chains.
The chains that try to confine,
I am my brother's keeper.
and it's our time to shine.
Calling all kings to the flow. I'm about my business, you know. Keep it 100 is my faith in God that keeps me on the go. About my money, my love, what it needs to grow. I'm calling all kings to the flow.
Be sure to go check out that new single, Calling All Kings, featuring the Crown King, in stores now.
I am